Okay, if you are in 7 Excel, we are working from the Advanced 2 textbook. If you are in Math 8, we are working from the Course 3 textbook. We are doing lesson 2.2, and it can be found on pages 50 and 51. So in lesson 2.2, we are going to be talking about translations. So let's take a look. Translation. We will use red for our original figure and blue for the image. So we have an original figure that looks like this, and we are going to translate it or slide it so that it looks like this. So a translation means a slide. SL, translation, means slide. We're going to be sliding an original figure to be creating an image. Now, a translation is a figure that slides. It slides left or right and up or down. Resulting in a congruent figure that has the same orientation. So what does that mean? It's a figure that slides left or right and up or down, resulting in a congruent figure, same size, same shape, that has the same orientation, is going the same direction. So let's take a look at some examples. Remember, red is the original figure, red is the original, and blue is the image. Okay, so we have this figure, and we have slid it here. So we slid it to the left and we slid it down. My image is congruent to the original figure. It's the same size, same shape, and it is in the same orientation. Therefore, this is a translation. Okay, we have a diamond. And then we have a diamond. Okay. This is the same shape, but it is not the same size. Therefore, this is not a translation. The two figures are not congruent. They're the same shape, but they are not the same size. Therefore, it's not a translation. And then we have this. The two figures are congruent. They're the same size and the same shape, but they do not have the same orientation. They're not going the same direction. Therefore, this is not a translation. So for it to be a translation, the figures need to be congruent, same size, same shape, and the same orientation, going the same direction. Okay? Okay. So let's talk about sliding. Okay. Here we have our original figure. And then we have our image. So our original figure, we're going to look at corresponding parts. I'm going to deal with this corresponding part right here. So it looks like we slid it to the right, and then we slid it down. So we slid our original figure to the right and then down. The two figures, they are congruent. They're the same size and same shape, and they are in the same orientation. So this is a translation. We slid it to the right and we slid it down. So with that being said, when we slide left and right, X means we are sliding left or right. So the x-axis, we're sliding left or right. Left is negative and right is positive. Y is up or down. Up is positive, down is negative. Another way of looking at this, thinking about it, is if you have a coordinate grid, if your original is sliding to the right, it's positive. If it's sliding to the left, it's negative. If it's going up, it's positive, or if it's going down, it's negative. And you just have to remember that this is your x-axis and this is your y-axis, okay? So when we're sliding left and right, we're talking about the x-axis. When we're sliding up and down, we're talking about the y-axis. Another way to think about it is if the original image is going in this direction, it's x plus some number. The original image is going in this direction, it's x minus a number. The original image is going up, it's y plus a number. Or if the original image is going down, it's y minus a number. Okay. Okay, so let's put all of this to work. What does all of this mean? Well, let's find out. Okie doke. The book has given us this graph, this figure. So we have this point, which is -2, 1. Then we have this point, which is 1, 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got this point, which is 2, 5. So this is our original figure. This is the original figure. And we're going to label our points A, B, and C. So the book is giving us this. They're giving us our original figure, A, B, and C. We have our ordered pairs. And then the book is telling us to translate this figure to the right 3 and down 3. So the book wants us to translate this figure to the right 3 and down 3. Okay, we can totally handle this. We're going to take our 3 points, A, B, and C. A is -2, 1, B is 2, 5, and C is 1, 2. They're telling us to translate this figure to the right 3. So right is my x-axis, left and right is my x-axis, Right means positive 3, and then down 3. Up and down is our y-axis, and down means negative 3. Okay, so this is our translation right here. So now we're going to substitute these points into here. -2 plus 3, 1 minus 3. And this is going to give us A prime. So 2 minus 3 is 1. 2 plus 3, sorry, -2 plus 3 is 1. And then 1 minus 3 is -2. So this is our congruent point. 1, -2. 1, -2. A prime. It's congruent or corresponds with A. So A, corresponding point, A prime. Now let's take a look at B. We're going to substitute x plus 3, y minus 3. And this is going to give us B prime. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. So our next point is going to be 5, 2. 5. Okay, and this point is B prime. Do you see how it corresponds with B? My A's correspond, my B's correspond. Now let's figure out our last point. I'm going to substitute x plus 3 and y minus 3, and this will give me C prime. 4, -1. 4, -1, C prime. Then I can connect my points. And look at that. I have an image that is congruent to the original. It's the same size and same shape. And it has the same orientation. It is going the same direction. Okay. Okay. We have one more example to go through. Okay. The book gives us the original points. They say A, 1, -1, B, 3, -1, C, 3, -3, and D, 1, -3. So here's our original points. And the book is asking us to draw a figure. Oh, draw the figure. Draw the figure and its image after a translation of 4 units left and 6 units up. So they're giving us these points and they want us to draw the figure and its image after a translation of 4 units left and 6 units up. Okay, so here's my original points. Let's take a look at what the translation is asking us to do. 4 units left. So remember, left and right is our x-axis. Left means subtract 4. So 4 units left is x minus 4. And then up and down is our y-axis. And we're going up 6 units. So that's positive 6. So now we're going to substitute these points in. 1 minus 4, -1 plus 6. And that's going to give us A prime. -3, 5. Okay? Now let's substitute these points. 3 minus 4, -1 plus 6. So that's going to give us B prime. 3 minus 4 is -1. -1 plus 6 is 5. Okay, we're going to substitute 3 minus 4, -3 plus 6. And this will give us C prime. 3 minus 4 is -1. -3 plus 6 is 3. And then let's take a look at our last point. We're substituting x minus 4, y plus 6. And that will give us D prime. So we have -3, +3. Okay, so here's our original points. This is the translation. Here's our image points. Then they wanted us to graph this, okay? So let's graph this. Okay. 1, -1. 1, -1, A. 3, -1. 1, 2, 3, -1, B. 3, -3 is C. And 1, -3 is D. So this is my original image. Here's my original image. And we are translating it 4 units to the left and 6 units up. Well, we've already done that here. -3, 5, -1, 5, -1, 3, -3, 3. So A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime. Boom. So this is our original figure, and we have translated it 4 units to the left and 6 units up. So I have my corresponding points, D and D, 4 units to the left, 6 units up. And it will be the same for each one of these points. 4 units to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 units up. Okay? So that's what we're doing today. Okay? So they may give you the figure and then ask you to translate. So you're going to write down the original points and ordered pairs. You're going to perform the translation, and that will give you the image ordered pairs. Or they may just give you the points, in which case you have to perform the translation and then get the image ordered pairs. Okay? So that's what we're doing today.